Hello, this is J.A. McDonald, and welcome back to This Old Block. Today is a very special episode. This is the Boombox Special. And it's the first episode in a sub-series of McPark. Now, I'd originally planned to do the Boombox episode when I actually finished Boombox. But at current rate that Boombox is being finished, it's not going to get finished. So, that being said, I figured I'd just get this video out because it's not going to get any better than this, and you guys will want a video on it, probably. Oh, and the other reason I decided to get this Boombox video out is when I get out of this mode. Let's see, there we are. As you can see, I've already built 2 other attractions here at McPark. So I'll be doing videos on each of those as well, but I figured it was a little bit ridiculous that I didn't have Boombox video and I've already built other stuff. So let's start with the outside. As you can see from here, the Boombox exterior is just about identical to the one Tango built. I'll be linking several spots in his video, I think. And that's the only difference between my building and his building is his has a little flare on top and isn't completely square, whereas mine is just about perfectly square. It has the logo on each side and has these barriers protecting the TNT from stray arrows. There are obvious reasons Tango didn't use barrier in his. Then inside here, we have a same mob-proof flooring. I don't remember why I put that in, but I really didn't want any creepers getting in here or anything and accidentally blowing this up somehow, even though we have mob griefing turned off. Over in this corner is a little monument to Tango for his brilliant concept that he came up with here. And now's when it starts getting really different. This is my control board. I don't think Tango's has one of these, and certainly not this detailed. Mine has this master power switch over here for controlling the power, an ability to turn off the corner power-up chests, an ability to turn off the maze randomizing, and an ability to set all the walls up. It's only really used when we change the map, but it can be used other times. Then over here we have 8 different maps we can change to. The first one was made by me and Mobbing. The second one was made by Ghost Rider. And the third one was made by Sarnon42. I'll show you each of those, but I might not linger much on them. One of the incomplete things is when you start the game, a little glass pane will fill in here, so you can't mess with the controls anymore until you end the game, but that's incomplete. A few other things up here are incomplete. Everywhere you see a redstone on the floor is an incomplete option. So that'd be capture the flag versus deathmatch. Currently we only have deathmatch available. The show maze lever is currently unavailable, and the time limit of a round is unavailable. However, lives is available. You can turn name tags on and off. You can have 2 rooms or 4 rooms. Unless you're playing on 4 teams, then it's always 4 rooms. But you can play with 2 teams or 4 teams, or you can choose between teams and no teams. All of these options work perfectly fine. I'm going to leave them how they're set right now, though. Oh, and in lives, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, or 20. Or unlimited. I used command blocks to get all this data out of here. It's a little bit hard to get into a string to send down to where it's used otherwise. Let's just head on down to the map floor then. Let's see, here's the map floor. This is the blank template map. As you can see, all the raised blocks are the pistons, and there's one spot in here where a piston will always be up and one will always be down, or vice versa. You know, they alternate, they switch. I think you get the idea. Then this center spot here with the gold around it is a bonus chest, and so is each chest in the corner pocket there, and there. All these other iron bars mark the locations of chests, and these are also on the template maps because clearly you have to give your maps reachability, or you have to be able to reach your maps, and because these iron bars need a block placed next to them for you to actually reach into the chests. So currently their hitbox takes up the entire block, and that's not good. So yeah, I'm just going to go load up the first map and turn this thing on and let you have a look at it. See here, map 1. And power, use when changing, off. You might have noticed a great bit of lag. It's because all the clocks just turned on. Here's the maze that Mobing and I made. I tried to make my half of it as similar to Tango's as I could, while still being unique. I think I'm almost did it, but I'd still love to have Tango in here to do a map for this. That would be just awesome. Then let's see, what's something to note about this map? Yeah, we based all the locations of the pistons and the chests during construction of this map. So all the other maps are based off the template, but the template map is based off of this map. Just a little thing to note. And currently, as you see, it's set to 4 teams. If it was set to 2 teams, it'd be only red and blue. And if it was set to 2 teams, 4 rooms, these 2 rooms would be... Actually, this one and that one would be red, and that one would be blue. But for now, I'll just show you how one of the rooms works. You go in here, you dump all your stuff in this chest, then you hit this button, and you get teleported into a room of your team color. All the rooms are identical except for color. Over on this wall you have white banners and the exit button, and then you have this button on the wall, which I haven't labeled. I probably should. It's a join team button. You hit that button when you want to join a team. So I'm going to hit it now, and I am now on the purple team. It's also reset my kills or deaths to 0 and changed the color of my name and my game mode. Then you just hit this button to enter, and you're teleported in after your inventory is cleared. This is another feature that isn't working yet. Later, you'll be able to throw these levers, and when the levers are all thrown, all the teams have locked in and they're ready, and the game will start. And all these doors will open simultaneously. I don't have that feature in yet. Anyhow, when you go in here, you'll be able to see in these chests they contain wool and TNT. They always contain 4 items, because that's how I have my item randomizer set up. And they can also contain bread. Then over in these corner pockets, you have potions of regen, speed, health, golden apples, various pieces of armor, each with a different level of blast protection, except for your feet, which have Depth Strider 1. And let me tell you, when you score that Depth Strider 1 boot in here, it is the most awesome thing. You can just, cruise through this maze. We originally had a Depth Strider 2 boot in there, and it was so overpowered that we had to take it out of the box. So yeah, Depth Strider 1 is awesome down here. Then as you see, the floors are the same color as your team. I'm in the yellow box right now. And because I'm in the yellow box, when I hit this button on the wall to leave, nothing happens because I'm not on yellow team. I'm on the purple team. So let me just run back over to the purple side. Oh yeah, clearly the floors are powered, except for the floors by the pistons. Same as in Tango's. Ooh, speed potion. There's a few spots in here where you can accidentally de-water the arena, or de-water one part of the arena, but there's not a lot of those. I might put in a system to protect against those in other mazes, but I don't know. Maybe. And then, as you see, there's a sign down there, and that makes it so if you're shifting around trying to hide your name tag, and you accidentally place a block, you can't put TNT on the chest. It's impossible. But any other place you put TNT, it will blow up. And one of the things that happens when you set your team is you also set your spawn. So let me show you one other thing. When you're in here, you hit this button, you go back to your team room, unless you're not on that team. And because of how I had to set up the teleporters, there is a possibility that you don't get cleared if you stand way back here, click the button, and then step in. Because the teleport actually happens on the button release. Same with this exit. When you hit the exit button, it clears your team, resets your game mode to creative, and then teleports you out. So yeah, I'm just going to go up and flip off this lever and show you the other two maps. Use when changing, power off, and Ghost Rider. Let's see here. There we are. Ghost Rider made a very interesting maze. Because I didn't have the wall chests marked on the template, some of them got masked over. Yeah. Now it's an interesting maze. It's kind of fun to play in. It's just weird though. And because of how he built it, there's a lot of spots where you can get flowing water by placing TNT. And I'm going to show you Sarnon's map. Hang on a second here. Sarnon. Here we go. This is Sarnon's map. This is the second version of it. It's fun playing. There's a lot of traps in here. Everywhere you see a nether or a dark prismarine block is where his pistons are. And he was trying for kind of an open view concept where you could see it coming from a long way off and place TNT a long way away. And it's working okay. It is working okay, but there's a few problems with it. A touch excessive on the death traps. Just a smidge. Oh, the other cool thing he did is all his chests have these walls over them. None of them have iron bars, so you can still reach in and get items out of the chest, but it's harder to find the chests. So that's a nice little thing in his map only. Now, time to give you a little look around behind the scenes. Load back up template. There, no. Template. Okay, let's try this again. And template. There we go. Game mode, speed. So behind this wall, I have a wireless redstone system. Two of them. Or actually, one wireless redstone system and one system of clone commands that clone up the map from their appropriate level based on redstone position using this red coder. Then let's see here. In here I have a little reset or restore button, so you hit this and all the games and scoreboard objectives are restored, because this server has a slight problem storing them, so there comes a time occasionally when you need to reset those. Then up here, more wireless redstone for the scores, and 2 red coders, one for time, one for lives. And here's the FFA room. It's completely like that. Red room. And there's between 2 to 3 rooms on each wall, and 12 command blocks in each room, each one with a unique destination. So it took quite a bit of time to build that. And then purple FFA and blue rooms over here. Blue and FFA, and then there's yellow and purple over here. Oh, and red. Sorry, yellow and red and FFA. Then, yeah, there's banners on the walls that change. I figured it'd be easier just to clone them out than anything else, so I did that. And down here is where all the magic happens. Each one of these banks of command blocks corresponds with its own game mode. Or not game mode, but combination. Like 2-room FFA or 4-room FFA. Each one has their own little dial, which do things accordingly. Then over here is my incomplete start and end method. Lots of signs, not many commands. So, yeah. Up here is going to be my timer, I think it is. It's going to be in 5-minute increments. And then this dropper here will be cloned in, depending on how many minutes I want it to go. Is going to be how many objects it has in it. One will fire every 5 minutes. This is what I was... Oh, here's the setup. Here's the actual setup. So, yeah. These are approximate times. And those will all be cloned over to there for timekeeping purposes. That isn't set up yet. Here are all the maps. Here's the template map. And somewhere around here is a glowstone in the floor. This is the pistons that are joined and will always switch together. Here's my map, Ghost Rider's map, Sarnon's map, and other blank maps. Then the last thing I stored is the bottom, the underside of the playing field, because very occasionally it'll get broken and this will all get flooded, and those levers are a pain to replace. So I just made a copy of that so I can just clone it back up here if I ever need. But regardless of how damaged this underfloor gets, it'll never go down and damage my circuitry because of this obsidian layer. I am so glad I added that. I added that like seconds before someone accidentally broke the floor. Somewhere in here is also a kill command that will always kill TNT that is not in the water. It won't kill it. It'll kill it if it's above the water. So that is very useful for any accidents that might happen. I wonder if I can demonstrate that. Sure I can, I think. Actually, the clock might need to be on. I'll set up a situation where it would kill it, but it won't, or it might. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Redstone block. TNT. There we go. Redstone block there. TNT there. Okay, so it didn't kill it. Must be only when the clock is on. So yeah, it's programmed to kill all TNT entities on that level. Down here is the changing circuits. Wherever you see a torch, above that is a piston. And then I have these 50-50 randomizers here, hooked up to a piston clock that just, every time the piston clock changes, one of those gets fired, and they change. One thing you might notice is that there's no chest circuits down here. And that's because the chest circuits are actually down here. All the chests are cloned up, which is one of the reasons for the master switch, because apparently it spams block cloned in the log. This one is for handling of the special chests. So we have a golden apples and golden apples. I think I need to take out the extra golden apples from the system, if I recall. Leather pants, boots, such like that. Randomizer, shooting into a randomizer, shooting into the actual chest, and it looks like the golden apples have broken this already. Somewhere around here, there's a cap. Where's those Depth Strider boots? Oh, you hear that? No? Huh. Somewhere in this system is a pair of Depth Strider boots. Unless somehow they got broken. I don't know. Then over here. What the heck? Okay, here we go. This counts to 5, I think it is, or 6. And each one corresponds to cloning out into a specific position. And then all of them dump back in when it's completely empty. And this clock starts. And it takes this clock a while to go around before it completely randomizes the 5 chests again. Slightly different than the regular chests. Here's the regular chest cloner. It has just TNT and stuff loaded into it. Just enough to fill one hopper, I think. Yeah. Just enough to fill one hopper. Then 4 of those are shot up into the top chest every time. And then this circuit gets pulsed 1. And here, it activates all of those droppers. And there's a single item in this chain. Let me see if I can't find it. Here it is. It's in this hopper. So next time, it's going to be in this hopper. Dropper. And it's going to trigger this command block, which clones this first chest over here up to its appropriate position. This took me quite a bit of time to figure out, and this part over here at least is infinitely expandable. I can add any number of chests I want to the system. Over here that's a little bit harder to do, but I could probably still manage. And that more or less wraps it up for this tour of Boombox on this old block. Hope you enjoyed.